We're here. This is it. The season 5 finale of our show. As we look into COVID on the season finale, probably no new deaths. Probably no new cases. You know, it's probably slowing down, but oh, there we go. Same thing as yesterday. No new cases, no new deaths. Wasted County and in the state. 37,000 people have been hospitalized. 4,500 people in ICU. 75.1 have had at least one dose. That's 21.5 million. And 17.8 million been fully vaccinated. 62.3% of the population. A lot of things can go down, so what you need to start doing is this. Social distancing, hand washing, a lot of those things. If we do those, we can be safe. And safety is our number one priority. Back to school greatest hits time. Remember those school lunches? People complain that the food just tastes horrible. Well, here's something we may have missed. Take a look at this one.
It's me, your skin. Help me maintain my moisture balance while treating acne with CeraVe Acne Foaming Cream Cleanser.
The federal government spends billions of dollars on school lunches, but more and more of that food is now winding up in the trash. Brenda Lise Gonzalez shows us why requiring kids to take even more fruits and vegetables may be to blame for that.
Why don't you guys come eat?
When it comes to snack time, Megan Williford usually expects a few extra mouths to feed.
Yesterday there was 12 of you over here.
Mixed with the appetite of preteen boys.
Here, get some apples.
But within the last year, she's noticed her kids are a little hungrier than usual.
They're always hungry. But yes, after school they're starving.
It isn't how much they're eating that's changed.
There you go.
It's what they're eating at school that's different.
They wanted to eat at school a lot more before the stricter guidelines.
School lunches are no longer what they used to be. For starters, there's a salad bar, and almost every carb you see is whole wheat. Every meal contains the same formula: meat, grain, veggies, and fruit.
Pineapple's one of their favorites.
Leah Schmidt is the Director of Nutrition Services for the Hickman Mills School District and the former president of the School Nutrition Association.
Encouraging students to have a healthier diet is a wonderful thing, and every school nutrition professional that I know supports that.
She's noticed kids don't mind grabbing the mandatory fruits and veggies. Although at schools around the U.S., students throw away on average $4 million worth.
I don't think that was a surprise to anybody.
Here's a picture a KCK teacher snapped last summer of a school dumpster. Underneath the computers are piles of unused milk cartons and fruit. A district spokesperson says they overestimated the amount of students that day, and they're obligated to toss the perishable food. Just because districts have to serve the fruit and veggies doesn't mean students have to eat it.
I have a son who has not eaten a half cup of fruit or a vegetable except for a potato since he was 3. But my other 3 love their fruits and vegetables.
Over 1 million students in Kansas and Missouri eat school lunch. This year, 2 schools in southeast Missouri opted out of the school nutrition program. Schmidt doesn't see districts changing up the menu anytime soon.
It's pretty wasteful. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't have enough food to eat, and these kids are throwing it away. I know you guys will eat it.
Williford's opted to pack her kids' lunches more often.
When they have pizza, and that's like once a month is the only time that I'll eat the meal.
She wishes districts would focus on what students do after the lunch bell.
These kids need to be active. It's good for their bodies and their brains.
Brenda Lise Gonzalez, 41 Action News.
We'd love to hear from you on this. Are your kids okay with the changes made to school lunches? Are they eating it? Do you think they're healthier? We've posted this story on our Facebook page and look forward to reading what you have to say. Go to kshb.com/Facebook.
And it's a big issue going on. When you waste lunch, you waste money. Moving on to free lunches. Just 2 days ago in Utah, school lunches are no longer free for Utah students. Why is that? Take a look.
Right now, as most kids in the state get ready to head back to the classroom next week, a reminder for parents this year when it comes to school lunch. A big change from the last couple of years when the federal government covered the cost of school meals for everyone. But now this year, you'll have to pay once again or apply for free or reduced lunch. Fox 13 News anchor Amy Nay has more on why administrators say it's such an important thing to do right now for families and their schools.
The waivers all ended on June 30th, so we now have to do applications like we did pre-COVID.
Delene Coates is the child nutrition director for the South Sanpete School District, an area where she says a lot of students will qualify.
We range from 40 to 50% free or reduced.
Why it's so important, parents realize they now have to reapply for that assistance.
A lot of our programs are ran based on the numbers of free and reduced lunch participants that we get.
Gunnison Valley High School principal Eugene King.
This is about providing all the opportunities that we can provide in a rural school district for our students to succeed and be better.
He says it could help families and their finances, but just applying could help your school.
At the end of the day, it's numbers of applicants in the pool, and when the different entities are looking at how they're going to award grants, that's one of the numbers they look at.
Instructions on how to apply for everyone on the South Sanpete District website.
There's a lot of ways that parents can apply and get the help they need.
And some good news for those budgeting the extra cost for their kids. Despite dramatic increases due to inflation, at least the price of breakfast and lunch will remain the same.
That will vary district to district, but in our district, prices are not going up this year, and we're really grateful for that. I want you to know it's very nutritious, it tastes good, and our lunch ladies love you kids.
The moral of the story is please come and fill out the free and reduced lunch form. I don't care if you're in Salt Lake School District or you're in South Sanpete School District. Please go fill out your free and reduced lunch forms. It helps your schools dramatically.
Different districts have different deadlines, but typically the sign-up process runs now through October 1st.
This is just part of this, the paperwork part of it. It's not the fun part, but school is going to start, and we're super excited to have the kids back in the building.
Amy Nay, Fox 13 News, Utah.
When we return, we're going to have more of those free lunch programs, why everyone is not paying for their lunch. Stay with us. So as part of our Great States Back to School Month, we are focusing in on those school lunches, those we talked about, the ones that kids threw away because it tastes like crap and all. Here's one from 10 months ago when a Woodbridge School District was accused of serving students rotten food. Let me tell you, when you serve people rotten food, they die. As a expert at fast food, if you serve people rotten food or raw food, they could die, and you could get a health inspector to come look at it. Take a look.
We have moldy burgers, frozen sandwiches, and even expired milk. Dozens of parents say the food that Woodbridge schools are feeding their kids is not even fit for animals.
News New Jersey's Naomi Yane is live tonight with this story. Naomi, this has to be frustrating for not only the parents, but the kids as well.
Very frustrating, Brittany and Kurt. There's even a petition that's going around right now, started by students and their parents. Right now, we're seeing 1,100, we're watching that count, there it goes, 1,140 signatures on this petition so far. Again, started by students and their parents. And students are saying that the food the school system is giving them isn't fit for human consumption, and it's got their parents angry and looking for a new food service provider.
Shame on you. You should be eating this, not them.
That's the message from Alina Eleuterio to Woodbridge Township's Board of Education and Chartwell's K-12 Woodbridge School's current food service provider.
How can you do this to these kids? My 15-year-old will come and tell me, Mom, this is wrong. What about a 5-year-old, 6-year-old?
Alina's son Alex is a junior at Woodbridge High School and had to be picked up from school this week after becoming sick when he ate a burger at lunch. Unfortunately for Alex, he didn't notice the burger had gone bad until it was too late.
I went back to my class after lunch and I started feeling really sick. So I went down to the nurse, and where I to start having the runs. When I got home, I started throwing up, and my stomach was really fighting with me, and it was just a really bad experience.
Rancid or uncooked food isn't only an issue at the high school level, but in the lower grades too. Christy Salzano has 2 sons in Woodbridge schools, one who attends Woodbridge Middle School and another at Ross Street School. And both her sons have had bad experiences with what's been on the lunch menu.
The first day of school, he came home and he said, "Mom, I couldn't even eat the sandwich because it was literally frozen solid. It was a turkey and cheese sandwich and it was frozen."
This is not the first time Chartwell's K-12 has caused students to stew. In 2014, students at a Connecticut high school boycotted school lunches provided by Chartwell's for similar lunch woes. Here in Woodbridge, students who can afford to bring their own lunch or buy lunch elsewhere have resorted to doing so. But what happens with the kids who can't?
It's just not fair. I mean, there are some children that they rely on this meal. Their moms and dads maybe can't afford to send them with lunch.
We did reach out to Chartwell's K-12, and a spokesperson for the company said, in part, "We recognize there have been a few instances where we didn't meet the expectations of all of our students and families and have carefully investigated each situation. There's nothing we take more seriously than the health and safety of our students." What's the hope here?
That the food is better prepared and actually taken care of, because what they're giving out right now is criminal.
Now, we did reach out to the Board of Education. We got no response, unfortunately. However, the Board of Education will be meeting at the Ross Street School behind me here on Thursday, and parents will be sure to be in the building to be sure that their voices are heard. Brittany?
Naomi, thank you. Of course, we will follow up with this next week.
It's a big issue going on. Let's go back to 2 months ago for those free lunch programs.
Nighthawk 1.
Because I was one of those people that may have gotten those free reduced lunch programs years ago. So take a look at this.
Just a few months, many parents will see additional costs for feeding their kids. Federal government is ending its free lunch program next school year, but one district wants parents to be thinking about that right now. News Special's Dan Rascone answering the question on why the change.
Are you excited for lunch?
Lunchtime at Heartland Elementary School in West Jordan.
Best part of the day.
Today's meal choices:
Spaghetti and meat sauce,
chicken bites and tater tots, homemade breadsticks and brownies, and a variety of fruit and salad.
mandarin oranges and fresh raspberries. Then they have fresh pineapple. And then they have a side salad and fresh celery. I like that there's a big variety of things you can get.
The cost of all this? Free.
Thank you, Jackson.
That's right. For the last 2 years across the country, students K through 12 had not had to pay a penny for lunch or breakfast meals.
I think it's really good.
A huge financial burden lifted off of parents' shoulders.
It's been a real blessing, I think, during such a difficult time to be able to provide meals. It was one less thing to think about.
But now, that's all about to go away.
No more free lunch.
Starting next school year, the federal government is ending all free meals for students, unless parents fill out the forms and their student qualifies for a reduced or free lunch. That's just 3 months away.
Honestly, I'm a little worried.
And that's why the Jordan School District wants to get the word out now.
That is my worry, is the first day of school's going to roll around next year and everyone's going to say, "Oh no, I forgot to put money in my lunch account," or "I forgot to apply for free or reduced meals."
And when parents forget, it's their student who suffers.
It can be a real expense that families need to prepare for, whether it's filling out an application for free or reduced lunch or just preparing for financially, knowing that it's coming.
Dan Rascone for KSL 5 News.
That's been an issue going on. And during this time, if we looked at videos to where if you don't pay your school lunch, they offer you a freaking cheese sandwich. It's not shaming them, but it's what happens. When we come back, are you watched by a camera in your bathroom? Some news clips from Waynesboro to a woman you're going to meet had a hidden camera in her bathroom and wasn't unaware until one person denied it. Stay with us. Imagine this. You go in the bathroom to have privacy, and yet you look up in the ceiling and you see there's a camera. What do? Do you ignore and go and do your business? Or do you report this incident to your manager immediately, or go on social media, post about it, and share it with the world so you can get some attention on the news. It happened back in 2016 in Winsmore here in Corpus, to where the owner decided to put the camera in the bathroom to prevent vandalism. So what's being done about this? Here's Greg Chandler.
This picture sent by a viewer makes it look like this camera, recorded by us in 2016, has moved. Wings and More denies that allegation and refused an interview. Back in 2016, owner David Brimhall told us the camera is there to, quote, ensure a wholesome and clean environment and to protect his business from vandals. But is it legal?
The law outlaws recording without a person's consent and with the intent to invade their privacy.
The law is Section 2115 of the Texas Penal Code. Paragraph B prohibits photographs or electronic recordings of a bathroom or changing room. There is a sign outside the restroom warning people, but the law says that doesn't mean you consent to being recorded.
And that makes sense, right? Because you could have people who don't see the sign, you could have people who need to go to the restroom and are not consenting, but nonetheless are availing themselves of that. And frankly, the bigger issue is we go to a restroom to have privacy.
Consent is part of the law. Intent is the other. In 2016, Brimhall told us his intention isn't to invade privacy, but to protect his business.
Even if there is an intent.
First Assistant DA Matt Manning says that while he can't comment specifically on this camera, he believes a camera in a restroom is an invasion of privacy.
The reality of it is in a restroom in particular, there are times where you may have something pointed a certain way, but you're nonetheless still able to see certain, parts of the body.
Assistant DA Matt Manning says his office can't pursue this matter unless someone complains to either the DA's office or to the police. CCPD did stop by Wings and More this morning to check the camera out. They went there in response to our questions. Paula?
And it's a state felony. If you're caught, you could face 6 months to 2 years in prison. Now look at some people who have been caught with a camera in the bathroom. This model from 2 years ago says a photographer put a hidden camera in her bathroom. Now, other states may have similar laws to where you cannot record in a bathroom, but no one files criminal charges. You're about to hear from this model and hear the side of the story of the accused person who says he denies putting the camera in her bathroom.
Camera hidden in her bathroom, and what it captured left her feeling violated and furious.
My name is Zoe Klopfer.
Zoe Klopfer makes a living in front of the lens.
Alright guys, welcome back to my channel.
But the 25-year-old fitness model and Instagram influencer says she never expected the man behind the lens, photographer William Francis, would turn her world upside down.
Alright, we're here with Will.
She says Francis placed this hidden camera designed to look like an iPhone charger in her bathroom.
I was just in shock, honestly.
This is just one of the videos she says he took of her before she found the camera.
So you have no idea?
Yeah, I have no idea. It's just like disgusting.
She says his camera recorded her nude in the bathroom and using the toilet.
I just couldn't comprehend that somebody who I trusted would do something so vile.
In this YouTube video she posted for her 240,000 followers, Zoe gets emotional reliving the moment.
Sorry, I thought I would be able to talk about it.
You must have been thinking, my life's over.
Yeah, like I didn't know, like is he selling this to a porn site? Is it on a porn site right now?
She says her worst fears came true when she pulled this tiny memory card out of the camera and plugged it into her laptop.
There was so many files, it literally made me sick.
Zoe says she discovered 271 video files, some showing other women.
It seems like he takes this device wherever he goes because there were several bathrooms and several women on this device.
She says the accomplished photographer was even caught on tape setting up the secret camera.
And this is William.
Yeah, this is William.
She went straight to the Newport Beach police and turned over all the videos. Investigators later seized computers and 2 hidden cameras from Francis's apartment, where Zoe had been renting a room.
Yo, what's up?
In this video, Francis denies Zoe's allegations.
It's complete bullshit.
Our Lisa Guerrero caught up with Mr. Francis.
Why would you hide a hidden camera in a women's bathroom?
I don't know what's going on right now.
He didn't want to answer any questions.
What is your side of the story then?
I am not having any commentary.
Then he drove off.
What he did was a crime. Like, it's a violation of my privacy. I thought he was my friend.
Zoe says she turned the videos over to the Newport Beach, California Police Department. There is an active investigation, but William Francis has not been arrested or charged with any crime.
He needs to be. If he lived in Texas and did this, that's in violation of Section 2115 of the Texas Penal Code. 6 months to 2 years in prison. Going on to Starbucks now. Take a look. Because I'm going to tell you, recording in the bathroom is to invade privacy and to violate the law. You violate Section 2115, that's, again, that is 6 months to 2 years in prison.
Starbucks has been in the news a lot lately, ever since former CEO Howard Schultz said he's considering running for president. And something that happened at some of the coffee shops has also made headlines. A Starbucks barista discovered a phone charger in the bathroom that turned out to be a hidden camera. It's a reminder you could be watched anywhere. Lisa Guerrero reports.
So this is the actual Starbucks that you worked at.
For 4 years, Maggie Cunningham worked as a barista at this Starbucks outside Albany, New York. She loved her job. Then, one day, she saw something in the Starbucks bathroom that left her shocked.
I was using the bathroom, and right here in this outlet, I noticed what appeared to be like the end of an iPhone charger, like a black cube.
She also noticed this small hole. It turned out to be a pinhole camera lens.
So this is where you found the hidden camera?
Yes.
The way that it's set up is if this was plugged in here, the toilet is right there.
Right.
How incredibly disgusting.
I know.
Maggie immediately took the device to her co-workers, and what happened next was all recorded on surveillance camera. Here's the moment they figure out this is a camera.
I am jumping up and down once I found out that it was a camera. My coworkers and I have our jaws dropped. We can't believe that this is what was found.
Maggie calls 911.
Hi, I'm calling from Starbucks. I work here, and I was recently in the bathroom, and I noticed a recording device plugged into the wall.
The Colony, New York police obtained Starbucks surveillance video and narrowed their search to this customer, who was seen suspiciously lurking around the bathroom. Then they gave his picture to local media, seeking help to identify him.
That night we received numerous tips on who it could possibly be, including from the defendant himself. He called us and said that that's me on the video. I want to come and talk to you. I didn't do this.
He was questioned by detectives.
I can't admit that I did that. And we're not going to find similar recording devices in the house. Yeah. We're not going to find any of that.
While he was being questioned, the police got a search warrant. They sifted through his garbage and hid pay dirt, a trove of hidden cameras embedded within ordinary items like key rings and, phone chargers, just like the one that Starbucks barista found in the bathroom. Investigator Nicholas Burns.
So how surprised were you when you opened up that garbage can and you found all of these devices?
We were tremendously shocked, and it really bolstered our case. It really did.
When they went through footage, they saw the video of Maggie finding the hidden camera in Starbucks. They even found the man catching himself on his own hidden cameras.
And there he is.
That's him. Yes.
So his own face is caught on camera.
On his own camera.
It turns out this is not an isolated case. Illegal hidden cameras have been found in 12 separate Starbucks bathrooms across the USA, apparently planted by creepy customers. All these men have been charged. This guy used a camera that was inside a coat hook, and this guy allegedly hid a camera under a shelf.
It is probably getting more prolific nationwide just because of the ability to hide such small cameras and in such normal looking devices.
I'm happy that I found this camera before more people were caught on it.
There he is.
That's him.
Wow, good for her. The man who placed the camera pled guilty to unlawful surveillance. Starbucks said their employees are trained to manage security concerns and that they acted quickly to remove the camera and contact authorities. They also point out that some of these hidden camera incidents go back as far as 2011.
Wow, that was like 12 years ago. But can you buy these phone charger hidden cameras? You can. You can buy one on eBay for $14.98. You plug it in and you record it. There you go. You can use that camera. You can put it anywhere. You can put it in your bathroom, and you probably will be arrested if you do so. So don't. The moral of the story is this: do not violate Section 2115 of the Texas Penal Code. Whether you're using an iPad, whether you're using a camera, a hidden camera, whatever. If you place a camera in the bathroom, not only you're invading privacy, but you will go to jail. Period. All right. We're back in a moment with more school threats or something else. Here's something to think about. A Madison teen allegedly used Bitcoin to pay for bomb threats at Memorial High School. So here's what we know so far. Joseph Garrison, 17, he faces multiple felony charges. The threats happened the week of February 28th through March 4th. He says he was bored and wanted to go to school. All those messages appear to contain threats. According to the criminal complaint, the calls from Memorial High School started April 15th. And the police charges were filed. He was arrested before formally being charged in the county court Thursday with 9 felonies, including 5 counts of creating bomb scares as a party to a crime, 3 counts of making terroristic threats as a party to a crime, and 1 count of intended bomb scare as a party crime. He's scheduled to be back in court for August 20th for a preliminary hearing, and we'll keep you posted on what's been going on. Going back to our cameras in bathrooms. Imagine if you're in an airport bathroom, someone puts a camera in here. That's what happened 2 years ago. You're about to meet a flight attendant who claims pilots placed cameras in the bathroom. How disgusting. It's very disgusting, and pilots can be fired for this. And everyone is urged to report this to their supervisors strictly, immediately. Take a look.
Attendant is making a...
Okay, take a look.
This flight attendant is making a disturbing allegation. She claims that 2 Southwest Airlines pilots live-streamed video from a hidden camera that had been secretly placed in the bathroom.
I was horrified. I could not believe that anything like that was occurring during the flight.
Renee Steinacre says it happened on a flight from Pittsburgh to Phoenix. She says she realized what was happening when she went into the cockpit and saw an iPad showing video coming from the bathroom.
I looked at it and thought, is that just a regular still photo? And I kept staring into it, and I looked at it and I noticed that it was actually moving.
And based on the picture you saw, where does it appear the camera was located in that bathroom?
I believe it was up in the top right corner.
With a panicked look on his face, one pilot admitted that it was live streaming, according to a lawsuit Steinacre has filed. What was his explanation about this video?
That this was a new security measure and that all airplanes of this fleet were equipped with these cameras in all of the front and back lavatories.
Did that explanation make sense to you?
No, not at all.
Steinacre's lawsuit says that after she reported the incident, she was directed by a supervisor that she was not to talk to anybody about what happened. She was warned that if this got out, if this went public, no one would ever fly our airline again. But Southwest tells Inside Edition, we swiftly investigated the allegations, confirmed that no cameras were placed in any of the lavatories on board, and addressed the reported comments with the crew involved. The incident was an inappropriate attempt at humor, which the company does not condone. Do you believe that?
No. I absolutely don't believe that there's humor involved in leading people to think that they're being filmed filmed or photographed in a lavatory.
The pilots deny the allegations.
So the pilots deny the allegations. That is just sickening. It is disgusting. It is unacceptable behavior. And if those people were in Texas and they did that at Texas Airport, they could be in violation of Section 2115. So again, if you violate Section 2115 here in the state, because it's a state law, it's a state felony. It carries a prison term of up to 2 years to 6 months in prison. And you will be prosecuted on those. They will find out, they won't find your camera, they will look through your files. If they find that there's a camera in the bathroom and it's recording, you can be arrested. You will be arrested and you will be charged. You will be charged under Section 2115. Seven hours ago, Gilpin County schools closed due to threatening social media post. According to the Sheriff's Office, deputies were made aware of a connecting threatening social media post that was being circulated on Sunday. Parents reported that a screenshot of a post allegedly showed a juvenile holding a weapon and captured it, ready for school. GCSO said the juvenile was associated with the post team identified and suspended from school pending the outcome of the investigation. But the Sheriff's Office assured the community that any act of violence will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. How about this one? A 17-year-old was charged in connection to the Liberty School threats. This happened August 12th. A 17-year-old boy is facing a felony, including panic charge. It stands to the investigation of 2 threats being made towards different groups of Liberty schools last week, as it was the first week of school. An 18-year-old was arrested after Jefferson Town High School threat made. David Joseph Horton was 18, and he is charged with terroristic threatening. He was a former high school but no longer enrolled. Chief Saunders says the officers were made aware of social media posts by the Kentucky State Police. This happened in Kentucky. In California, a 17-year-old was arrested for making violent threats towards Gonzales School. A 17-year-old was posted violent threats on social media while mentioning the first day of school. According to the police, the nature described the violence spending as used of weapons were enough to warrant a search for the juvenile's home. Police said it's no longer any further credible. I mean, look at all this. These threats happened during the first week of school because nobody wants to go to school. Listen, you're here, you're in school to learn, get your diploma, get your education, get on with your life. You're not here to look popular, look cool, talk to your friends, which I'm not going to play you the dress code violations in our school from the news, but one of the greatest hits I have ever was when women claim it's sexist. That's what got my attention. And a dress code video sparked, and the prom dress high school controversy, and students who had to wear shame over dress code, and a student who violated dress code for her outfit, and a 6th grader was sent home for a dress code violation, and someone who had to use a marker on the head, and 20 girls violated the dress code, and 8th grader calls it the school district, and someone who spray painted the shoes black, and someone who violated the dress code for about a whole week, and someone who just posted dress code for parents. Unacceptable behavior. Well, that's it. That is the season 5 finale. That's it for season 5. I'm glad we had a great time celebrating 5 years of this show. We were going to do our 5-year celebration up top in the new varsity stairs, but we will do that. We will do that next season. The delayed celebration. That's going to happen. That's going to happen next season. So with that, that's Give Me a Break for this Sunday and the end of Season 5. Thank you. Thank you guys out there for helping me celebrate 5 years. We hope to do the same for Season 6, which will be on Friday, right days after Labor Day. From outside the varsity gym. And if there's any new developments, I will post them on the Give Me a Break YouTube channel. Just short of it. Just we'll keep you posted on what's been going on throughout the Give Me a Break YouTube channel. And for all of us here at Give Me a Break on YouTube, thank you for 5 seasons. Good night, everyone. We'll see you next season.